Some frequently asked questions about vote changes in the California State Legislature. First, are vote changes allowed in the California Legislature? As a general matter, yes, although there are different rules between the two houses as to when and how they can be used. What is a vote change? It's obviously when a legislator chooses to change his or her vote on a measure, either in committee or on the floor of the Assembly or Senate. In the Assembly, what's the process of a vote change on the floor? Well, prior to adjournment on the same legislative day, a member, and also in the absence of any objection, the member may instruct the chief clerk to add the member's vote to any previously announced vote that had been taken during the member's absence, so long as the outcome is not changed. The chief clerk may record any vote change only after the member makes the change, has announced it to the full body in the assembly. What is the main limitation on vote changes in the Assembly? If a vote change would result in a failed passage bill now passing or a pass bill now failing, then the vote change cannot be made. In the Senate, when can a senator change his or her vote? It must occur prior to the vote on the measure or motion being announced. That's different than the Assembly. In other words, a senator may not change their vote or cast a vote after the announcement of the vote by the Senate presiding officer. What is allowed or prohibited by the state Senate? A senator cannot change his or her vote after the final vote on a measure has been announced by the presiding officer. But prior to that time, such as when a call is lifted, a senator can change his or her own vote. And finally, are there any exceptions to this prohibition in the state Senate? There are only two senators who are exempted from this rule. On a legislative day when the president pro tempore or the Senate minority floor leader is in attendance throughout the session, the Senate president pro tem and the minority floor leader, in the absence of any objection, may instruct the secretary of the Senate to add their vote to any previously announced vote that was taken while the pro tem or minority floor leader was performing the responsibilities of their respective offices, again, provided that the outcome of the vote does not get changed.